Hey Knights, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some huge news to cover about the highly anticipated Season 4 update for soulknight Prequel. We have exclusive insights into the upcoming changes, from changes to fate-bound to proving grounds improvements and more. So, get ready to level up your loot and optimize your builds, because this season is shaping up to be a game changer. Alright, let's kick things off with some big updates on equipment and classes. Season 4 is going to redefine how we build and strategize. The devs are reworking how equipment and class synergy works, and it'll have an impact on future seasons as well. So, for now, a good tip from Chillyroom is that we should start stocking up on general resources like gems, chest keys, and the Tablet of Wishes to prepare for the incoming shifts. One of the most exciting updates is the fate-bound effects change. In previous seasons, fate-bound effects were tied to specific pieces of equipment, which meant that if you wanted a certain effect, you had to grind for the perfect item. Not anymore. Now you'll be able to swap fate-bound effects without worrying about finding that one elusive piece of gear. This is going to give players way more flexibility in customizing their builds. Next up, let's talk about the Valkyrie's Proving Grounds. A lot of you have asked for less grind and more rewards, and the devs heard you. The Carnelian rank will now be linked to set floors, and, good news, skipping floors won't cost you any resurrection coins. On top of that, enemies in higher floors won't get extra buffs, so the climb will feel a lot less punishing. And yes, more loot is being added to Proving Grounds to make those higher floors truly worth the grind. Say goodbye to camping out for bosses. Fixed boss spawn times are officially a thing of the past. Each dungeon will now have a dedicated boss, while other bosses, including the feared Black Arch Knight, will appear in the Trial of Embers. No more waiting around. Just dive in and challenge them when you're ready. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the content, consider supporting the channel by using my creator code in the soulknight Prequel shop. Just enter it as shown, hit confirm, and you'll be helping me out. Thanks for the support. Now on to some popular community questions. First up, there was a lot of feedback about the damage cap on ailments. Well, you're in luck. Starting in Season 4, all damage caps are being removed, including for ailments. This should make combat feel a lot more impactful. For players climbing past floor 300 and just receiving stat points, well, gear and material drops are being added to make those floors more rewarding. The higher you go, the more valuable loot you'll bring back. And for those who find leveling each season a grind, they're speeding up early leveling, so you'll feel the progress much faster. One of the most requested changes has been more storage space, and the devs have delivered. Materials will now have their own dedicated storage, so they won't clog up your main backpack or storage slots. This is going to help with organization, especially as we farm and grind new content. They're also giving the combat system some love. Critical hit rates have been tweaked to make it easier to reach desired stats. Plus, the buff bar is getting a cleanup. Only time-sensitive buffs will be displayed, making it much easier to track crucial effects during battles. Before we wrap up, here's a sneak peek at a few additional quality of life updates. The Scarecrow's damage display cap is set to increase, although it may not be ready at the start of the season. They're also working on adjustable skill transparency, and for the lore hunters, an equipment and fate-bound effects encyclopedia. This will make it a lot easier to track down loot and understand gear better. That's everything I know so far, but there's definitely more on the way. Season 4 is bringing changes that'll let us explore new builds, tactics, and challenges, and I can't wait to see what you all come up with. As soon as I hear more, you'll hear it from me, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't yet. Drop a comment on what change you're most excited about.